This 55-gallon is officially my largest shrimp tank. It's going to be home to my bamboo shrimp and another species of shrimp that's new for me. Let's get building. I connected a few pieces of plastic egg crate dividers and I'm placing them in the tank. The first reason I'm doing this is because I've got some heavy stones that I will be placing in here, and I don't want them resting on the glass where it has a chance to crack in case any of the stones move. The second reason is that the egg crate will help distribute all of the weight across the grid. Now for the sand, and what I'm going with is something that has a fine, natural looking grain. Once the tank is established, I plan on moving my Hillstream Loaches in here, and this type of sand will be perfect for them to sift through. I give the sand a quick brush to level it out. And now, it's time for the stones. I've chosen to go with river stones for this tank as I want to create that river feel and look. I think it would be pretty cool to have a moderate to fast flowing tank, especially since the bamboo shrimp will love the flow. I can already picture themselves perching themselves on various high points, waving their fan-like hands around, trying to grab food particles from the water column. Can you believe that each of these stones weigh about 15 pounds? I chose wood that would complement the length and height of the tank. I want to make use of most of the space while leaving a lot of room to create a moderately high-flowing area for the fish to swim around in. The goal is to try and create something that has had water pass through it over the years. This is going to take some time, so bear with me and let's give it a quick time lapse. With the wood now in place, I'm now adding some smaller river stones to add some variation to the sizes and for more detail. These stones will also serve as additional contact points for when I glue the wood down, otherwise all the wood is going to float once the tank is filled up. When it comes to builds like this, sometimes you just have to throw things into the tank, move it around and see how best it fits with what you have. You can never really plan it out exactly, but you can have an idea of what you want it to look like once it's all complete. I add some even smaller river stones for even more detail. Finally, I add the last bit of stones for that final touch. It's best to throw it randomly to give it more of a natural feel and look. I feel like it's coming together and I really like the look of it. To give you an idea of the size of this tank, it's 48 inches long, 13 inches deep, and 21 inches tall. On the right side of the tank, I've got a wave maker to help create the flow I'm looking for. It will push the water around the back towards my heater and Seachem Tidal 75 hang on the back filter, and the two of these should circulate the water in the tank without there being any dead spots. With everything in place, it's time for me to glue the wood down. I'm using cotton pads that I've cut, and I'm placing it in all the areas that will make good contact points between the wood and stone. I use a liquid cyanoacrylate glue, which is aquarium safe, and once this hardens, the two should be bonded together really well. With everything now hardened, I dab some cyanoacrylate gel glue over the exposed areas, as I will be hiding them with some Marimo Moss that I'll be using from some of my other tanks. Using moss or sand to hide contact points like these are an excellent way to blend everything in. I also glue Anubias to the wood. This is a low-demanding epiphyte plant that doesn't require to be planted into the substrate. This will not be a heavily planted tank, and so, along with the moss, this will be the only other plant that will be attached to the hardscape. I filled the tank partially to wet the substrate to make it easier for planting. Around the build, I plant some Dwarf Chain Swords. It's another low-demanding carpeting plant that grows to about 4 inches in height and has a grass-like appearance. Now, because I don't have any aqua soil in this section of the tank, before I started planting, I placed some root tabs under the sand all over the place. Over time, they will release nutrients which will feed these plants. For my background plant, I'll be using Narrow Leaf Jungle Vallisneria. I will primarily be planting this in the corner of the tank, and over time as they grow, they should reach a good 20 inches or more in length, and it'll be pretty cool to see them extend across the tank. Under these plants are bags of aqua soil which the roots will find in time. Unfortunately, my camera decided to bug out and not record this part of the build. As the wave maker is also right behind these plants, they should look really nice flowing in the water. With the tank now filling up, I've placed a Hygger Aquarium light on top. For most of my plants, I usually go with the Hygger brand as I've noticed my plants grow really well. I add some Secam Prime to the tank to dechlorinate the water. I also add some Thrive S shrimp-specific all-in-one liquid fertilizer. With a tank this size, it will require about 11 squirts of fertilizer. If you're interested in using any of these products, they can be found in the description below. And I'm done! Well, that's what I thought. It looks like I did not use enough glue to hold the wood down, and it's now all come apart. Looks like I have to drain this tank and re-glue everything. This is a disaster. So, it's the next day, and I've re-glued everything. I added more stones for contact points and tweaked the design a bit, and I feel it looks a lot better. This will definitely hold. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to add all the inhabitants. It's now been a little over a week. I've added media from my other tanks to the filter, and I've been ghost feeding the tank to help speed up the cycling process. I'm now ready to add some fish, and I figured I'd pick some up that would complement a setup like this. The first set of fish I'm going with are fork-tailed blue-eyed rainbow fish. These nanofish are speedy swimmers, and they'll have all the room to get around. The second set of fish I'm going with are white cloud mountain minnows, and similar to the rainbows, prefer a decent flow. I'll also be adding harlequin rasboras and Hillstream Loaches from my other tanks. And now for the first set of stars of the show, the bamboo shrimp. At the moment I'm releasing 5 into the tank, but I do have a 6th that will soon be joining them as well from one of my other tanks. I'm already picturing them climbing all over the place to wave their fan-like hands around in the water flow. Finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. A new type of shrimp that I will finally have in the shrimp room. These shrimp are hard to get, and so, at the moment I only have one, but it's also the most expensive shrimp that I own. I introduce to you the vampire shrimp. Similar to the bamboo shrimp, these colorful, peaceful shrimp are also fan feeders and grab their food from the water column. They can live up to 5 years or more and get up to about 6 inches in size. I haven't named the shrimp yet, so comment below with some possible names and we'll take a vote in the community section. In the coming weeks, I'll be creating some more content on the vampire shrimp, but for now, let's just enjoy this aquascape. For more upcoming aquascapes and shrimp related videos, please consider subscribing. If you'd like to support this channel with a super thanks, I would be grateful. Also, feel free to check out some of these additional videos and playlists. I'm Andy, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.